unreal. So yeah, on September 25th, 2019, we went and hiked the Colvin Range. Yeah, that was unreal. That's another one too. Definitely save it for a clear day. You have great views like the entire time, minus Blake, of course.
Sure.
But,
So
yeah.
this is September 25th. So you finished in October.
Mm-hmm.
And so after you hit these 4, what are you at as far as the 46?
I
number?
think she's saying me halfway there or whatever is Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi. She's saying that to me. Yeah. On 23. I can't remember what 23 was, whether it was Nipple Top or maybe Colvin.
Okay, so you're basically around the halfway point.
I'm halfway there.
Yeah. So that means you're going to complete. So you started them mid-September the previous year, and then you get to mid-September this year, and you did half of them during that year, and then now in this final month, you're going to do the other half of the High Peaks.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. Next day, I was super tired, and I did not want to hike at all, especially seeing on the weather radar that rain was coming. So I didn't really know much about Phelps and Tabletop and the views and stuff. So, and I knew the day after that would have been a nicer day. So I wanted to save like a longer hike for that. So I was like, all right, let's do Phelps and Tabletop for what I called as an active recovery day in between the 2 longer ones. And I woke up and it was already raining. I woke up and I was like, man, I would love it to like be just hiking out there and come across like some kind of cave or something, and like a wizard just appears out of nowhere and be like, here, drink this potion, and you'll magically just get to the top. And
we all want to meet that wizard.
Yeah, that would hit the spot right now. So I get to the top of Phelps. I had no view. It was raining. So I'm like, there's that like ledge out there with like the rock, probably looking at a beautiful view. But I'm like back in the trees, just eating this quick snack before I go over to Tabletop. And I'm on the phone with Katie, and that was my thing. I called her, like how everybody has like a thing or not everybody, but some people have like a thing on the top. My thing, I guess you could say, is like I went and would call Katie on everyone to just tell her like everything's fine and stuff. Out of nowhere, this guy, Aaron, comes up. And I get to know Aaron. Aaron is this guy from Seattle. And I asked him how the Adirondacks compared to the Pacific Northwest, because I follow a bunch of like hiking things on Instagram and stuff, and it looks similar, but I wanted to hear it from somebody from the Pacific Northwest, and he thought they were pretty comparable. I'm sure like with the definitely differences in like some plants and stuff. I don't know much about plants and everything, but that was cool to hear that. This may be a bit graphic, but we're just talking and stuff, and he goes, dude, would you help me with something really quick? I was like, what? And he's like, I hiked Algonquin yesterday, and I met this girl up on top of there, and I wanted to ask her, but I was like, I can't ask a girl this, but my brother and I did this one hike a year or so, or whenever he did it back, and we just like on the top of it, just like pulled our pants down and we just did it butt naked, and like everybody, like all my friends got a big kick out of it. Would you do that for me? Would you take a picture? I'm like, you know what? Sure, let's just do it.
We've all seen those pictures from people, so it's not that surprising.
Yeah, but like that's just like, when am I ever gonna, like, this is never gonna happen again. I'm not gonna meet some random person from Seattle and ask me to do it. I thought it was so funny.
Sure.
And it helped. That really helped with my mentality the rest of the day, because like I did not feel like hiking at all, for one, and then 2, with it being in the rain, 3, no views. Like it was just an all like a mental.
Sure. It lightened the mood a bunch for you.
Yeah, that definitely helped, because that was super funny.
Yeah, totally.
I went and did Tabletop, got there, took a picture of the sign, and then immediately turned around. I didn't spend any time up there, and it's just like,
I've been there.
I'm done. So I get to the Marcy Dam, and I'm I'm signing out at that one thing that they've got there. And then out of nowhere, this older gentleman appears. And I'm like, whoa. So I'm like, I say hello to him. Hey, how's it going? He doesn't say a word to me as he's walking up to me. I'm like, oh, great. Here's like this weirdo. Like, he either didn't hear me or like, this is going to be a really weird encounter. Yeah, he got to me. He's a super nice guy. We just got to chatting a bit. And then he goes, hey, do you want a beer? And I was like, yeah. That's like another thing too. Like after my super long runs now, like I want like a greasy burger or something, but like a crispy cold beer. Like after a long run, it hits the spot. So yeah, he's like, here, let's go. And I followed him over to his lean-to, and I'm like checking him up and down. Like I really hope this guy just doesn't kill me right now, but he's wearing like really nice gear and everything. I'm like, okay, this guy's like actually out here. He's not like really trying to kill me. And we get to his lean-to. He's got his pack all there. I'm like, all right, yeah, he's really out here just camping. He's just a normal guy. And we just get to talking. He's just this small business owner from Philadelphia. He comes up whenever he wants to by himself. He loves coming up in the winter, and likes to go ice climbing and everything. Really cool encounter. And I wish I like got his number or something. But yeah, after that I walked around the Marcy Dam, and there he is on the other side of the bridge that was there, or the Marcy Dam, and waved me off. And yeah, I was like, I just drank the Wizard's Potion. That was it.
Definitely. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
So you were fortunate. You had some midday pick-me-ups from various people that you encountered out there.
Yeah, that was great. That was really great.
Perfect.
So then the next day, September 27th, 2019, I hiked the Dix Range. And that was another one that I was scared of. I mean, I was really scared of all of them, but I remember hearing that in your podcast episode that it was infamous for hikers getting lost and needing to be rescued. So when I got to the parking lot, to help calm my nerves, I like never did this, but I like walked around and like greeted every other hiker that was getting ready and kind of getting a feel if maybe one of them would want to join me. And like these two guys, I think they were getting the feeling that I was going to ask them that, but like knowing now, like I think they trail ran the whole Dix Range. So yeah, of course they wouldn't want me to go with them. Like they had their own thing going on. Like that's respectable. I get it. I don't know I can't remember what the trail is called, but in another moment where I had my head down going, I wanted to go up Macomb first because I heard about the Beckhorn and how steep it was, and I just hate going up steep. I'm walking with my head down, and there's some campers there, and they like stopped me, and they told me that I passed a trail. And if I remember correctly, like to go to Macomb, there's like this wooden bridge, like just as you're coming to the campsites, and then it's like almost an immediate right, like after that wooden bridge.
And that brings you through the campsite, and that's to go to Macomb, which goes literally through the campsite. Yeah. Yeah.
Like if you had your head down like I did, you would definitely miss it. So.
So you went. You were going left.
Yeah, I almost went like to Beckhorn, but then they told me, and then I went up Macomb.
Yeah, if you don't like steep, the Beckhorn Trail is not for you to climb. Yeah. So that's good. That's good. Yeah. That's nice that they were there to let you know.
Yeah. Macomb Slide was awesome. I'm a big Lord of the Rings nerd, and I thought like climbing up the Macomb Slide was kind of exactly how Tolkien like described Mordor, like with the red rocks and everything. So I felt like I was like climbing up Mount Doom a bit there. That was really cool. Like, and to hear you talk about it in your podcast, like, wow, I'm like here. Mm-hmm. My legs are on fire. Like, this is awesome. It was really cool. I never want to go down the Macomb Slide either. Like maybe someday I'll go up Dix, the Beckhorn, but I don't think I ever want to go down the Macomb Slide.
Sure.
Yeah. So I do Macomb, South Dix, go over to Grace, all beautiful. The Dix Range is like, I think my favorite hike, tied with the McIntyre range.
Okay.
But when I get back from Grace onto South Dix, I meet this guy who was also coming from Grace named Joseph, and get to chatting with him a bit. And it's a little confusing there, like, because South Dix is like, there's kind of like, there, like the sign is like on a tree, and like there's those like trails kind of like going in whatever direction, and it's a little confusing a bit to know where to go next. And we're just talking like, do we go this way? Do we go this way? And all that. And I asked him what his plan was for the day. He's like, I think I want to get Huff, but I think I'm going to call it after that. I would like to get Dix, but I don't think I should. And I had just finished doing the Colburn Range 2 days earlier and Phelps and Tabletop the day before. And I'm like, listen, dude, like, I'm going and doing it no matter what. You look like he looked great. Like, I come to learn that he was a runner. So he's like in really good shape. He didn't look like he was like beat up at all. I was like, I'm going to go do Huff and Dix. If you want to come with me, you're more than welcome to. I think we can. He wanted to beat it by sunset. He wanted to beat the sunset and be home in time. Because he didn't want, I think it was his wife, girlfriend or fiance, one of them. He just didn't want her to worry. And we did Huff and Dix together, and no complaints at all. Dix is definitely one of my favorite mountains too. Yeah.
Cool. I bet
Great.
That dude's happy he ran into you on the trail.
Yeah. And that 3-day total was 48.2 miles. This is the furthest in elevation, or the highest in elevation was 15,362 feet and 11 mountains.
That is a 3 days. Wow. Good for you, dude. Good
Thanks.
for you.
Yeah, that was I was proud of that one.
Yeah, I bet.
Still am.
So what does that put you at this point?
I don't even know. I think definitely in the 30s, maybe 36. I think.
Yeah, so like, yeah,
or 33.
You're closing in on it now here.
Mm-hmm.
So this was the end of September, right?
Yes, very end of September.
Okay, so take me to your next trip up.
Next trip, again, like it had been established with Sarah and James that we all had Wednesdays off, or I had every other Wednesday off. And I tell Sarah like the next hikes that I wanted to do next, and I saw this one hike that somebody blogged about online that they did, Skylight Gray, Cliff and Redfield from Upperworks. I was like, that sounds awesome. I would love to do that. So I'm like giving her the list, and Sarah says, let's do this long one. And like, again, like these amazing people like that I just met a month ago want to do these crazy strenuous hikes with me to help me complete my goal. It's just unreal. So October 9th, we do Skylight and Gray with the intent of doing Cliff and Redfield, but it was getting a bit late, and when we finished Gray, and when we get done, I think it was like around 6 p.m. or so, and it's getting pretty dark by now, and James is like, all right, we can keep going, and like we're gonna finish at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, or we can stop it. And I was like, yeah, I got a big day ahead of me tomorrow. Like I'm okay with stopping it. And he felt really bad. I feel bad how bad he felt, because he knew how bad I wanted to do those for. But I was like, dude, it's totally fine. Like, don't worry about it. But that's another one. The Mount Marcy Trail, like I think that is my favorite trail, tied with Avalanche Pass being my favorite trails. But going up Mount Marcy Trail with the Opalescent River and the Fellsbar Brook, like beautiful, like just unreal. If
cool
listener, like to anybody listening, yeah, like I highly recommend going up those. I mean, you have to get Skylight, but yeah, right?
Yeah, that's the only way. It's the only trail up Skylight. Well, I mean, I guess technically you could come up from Panther Gorge. I mean, there's I guess you could go like slightly a whole lot of different routes, I suppose, to get to that point. But that's typically the way everybody goes. Yeah.
The next day was Haystack Basin and Saddleback, and I did that solo.
So you didn't get Cliff and Redfield then?
Right, no, because I want
time.
Yeah, I wanted to get more sleep.
Perfect.
I wanted to get more sleep for it.